We're just getting going right now.
All right. Good afternoon, South Coast. Everyone watching from Fall River, New Bedford, South Coast area. We're here live, our monthly chat with Ryan Rego from Isaksen Solar. So how you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great.
So it must be, this is like the time to get solar. So we wanted to bring you back in because the sun is booming. I'll show people how much electricity I'm generating at my house. We want to talk to you. If you have questions for Ryan, you have anything at all, questions about solar, getting on your home, leasing, renting, that kind of stuff, just throw it in the comments. You can also visit his website and give him a call. So just people might not know, just give me, you guys are locally owned. You have 2 ownerships out of Fall River. That's where you're based at right now. Just give a 101 on Isaksen Solar.
Yeah, we're locally owned, headquartered in Fall River, Massachusetts. Also technically employee owned. Anybody who's an owner works here. We really try to stay in South Coast, Massachusetts, but we are licensed in all of Mass and Rhode Island. And yeah, we're busy. So we're the busiest we've ever been, which is obviously awesome. But we're looking forward to continuing to grow and trying to help as many people as we can transition to renewable energy.
Yeah, we're going to go over some of that stuff, like kind of what you guys can expect for like we just did our taxes at our house after getting it solar. We got a nice, almost $8,000 write-off federally. We got a bunch of other things which we're going to go into. But how many, you guys have been around a couple of years now. How many installs do you think you've done? And how many are you doing like every day?
A lot. Right now, probably around 2 jobs a day, in that range is what we're selling. So, I mean, it does vary on a monthly basis. I don't know, probably 45, 50 jobs a month, somewhere in that range. So we're certainly not the biggest solar company in the country, but in our market in South Coast, Massachusetts, we're certainly a major player, which is kind of cool to know that like someone here in our market actually headquartered here, who lives here, who pays taxes here, is busy. So it's nice.
Yeah, and you guys have been hiring, which is great. Especially 2020 was a tough time, but you guys are still growing, expanding. So the biggest thing for why people should get solar is, besides wanting to be like off the grid, but for like many people like me, which was to get tax credits, to be, one of us off the grid, but really to get those credits. Why don't you explain to people kind of what they can expect from your electric company, from this, federal government?
I'd say personally for me that the biggest reason why someone would want to do this, some people it's financial. So, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. If you have an electric bill and in the summertime you're getting, electric bills $200 something, maybe in the winter you're only $100 something, you're about the average house. Doesn't sound like much, but it ends up being about $2,400 a year. If you are that person, you're going to end up spending over $75,000 in 25 years. It's absurd how much money electricity costs. So the number one reason typically is to get rid of that $75,000 bill. But 2, obviously, there's environmental benefits. So this is one of those really rare things in life where it can actually save you money and it's good for the environment. And that's why you see it booming, because it works for, whether someone's worried about saving money or the environment, it works either way. It's actually pretty cool. So we're excited about the continued growth of the business.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you say you get rid of your electric bill. So I have no electric bill now. It's at zero, but I actually get a credit. I'm getting about $50 a month from the electric company. I just did my taxes. We got $8,000 off our federal taxes. That's that first, lump sum that you get to write off. I also get these like credits called the Smart Solar Incentive Program. I get those every month. So we figured out my house. We get basically, I pay off my whole system in 4.1 years. And then literally there's nothing to, worry about after that. Now that I'm not always, you can't say that for everyone, but that's what we got. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not the same for everybody, but if you're someone who gets a lot of sun at your house, and you'll usually know it, you'll usually know if you get a lot of sun or not, you'll be a similar situation. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned, your house, you have no electric bill anymore. That's awesome. Obviously, we want to get rid of people's electric bills, but people can even take it a step further. I'll get my own personal home. I live in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. I have everything electric. Electric house, like completely heating system, AC system, hot water system, stove, everything. And my solar system powers my house. So I was able to completely eliminate probably $4,000 a year of bills with my solar system. And it's cool. I took control, and it's good for the environment. It's just the ultimate win. So if you're somebody who does care about the environment, there's not a bigger thing you can do other than power your house with a solar system. Yeah,
and you get this app. I'm going to pull up this. This shows. Let me get rid of your banner. So this shows the first, part of this year. We're now in June. You can see 6 being June. You can see every single month. The green is production, how much my system produced. The red is my consumption. And of course, the blue is self-consumption. So you're consuming when you're, not generating, and you're self-consuming while you're generating. So you can see there my March, April, and May is like significantly production compared to what I'm consuming. And then we're hitting the really good months coming up, I would say, right? It's like June, July, and August.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for you, you'll probably never pay National Grid again for 30 plus years. So it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. So let's go through kind of the process, because I want people like what I went through. So the first thing is the easiest thing is you set up an appointment, you sit down, and right away you type in someone's address. You use this kind of like Google Earth thing, and it kind of tells you if your home is right or not.
Yeah. So we pre-qualify a house over the phone. We can't do exact things over the phone, but we can pre-qualify, and we can know if it's probably going to be a good fit. If we think off the phone, we think it's a good fit, we don't want to waste your time, obviously. We'll go out there. Probably takes 15 to 20 minutes. We'll give you an estimate for the system, tell you about the rebates, the incentives, and we'll leave everything behind with you. Then, if you ever want to do it, you'll just call us back.
I was telling people then, once you're going to know pretty quickly within 10 minutes if he can't do it. And then if you can do it, the next thing is, and you do sign up for a system, the thing that I loved about it is you guys deal with the electric company, you guys deal with the state. That's probably the biggest thing people want to deal with is paperwork with the Massachusetts government or an electric company that doesn't want to lose you.
Yeah. They make it hard. Specifically the electric company, if you're a person who pays your electric bill every single month, believe me, they don't want to lose you as a customer. So they don't make it easy. But we get it done. We do all the paperwork for you. A common thing we hear is, oh, I really want to do it, but I don't have the time. And with us, that's just not a thing, because we do every last, other than tell us it's something that you want to do, you have nothing else to do. Literally, we take care of every last thing for you.
Yeah. And you guys, so we recently visited your guys working, went over to Westport. Want to show this beautiful house. Got a chance to talk to the homeowner. It's just amazing. You guys will see the aerial view at the end. Yeah, see, people can see is you could like that house, like my house, you can put the solar panels on the backyard side
Yeah.
from the front. You don't even notice it. For me, I actually wouldn't mind getting on the front as well, but if you have an association that requires in the back, but you can really hide it, right? And it looks the black looks really nice and sleek.
Yeah, and here's a great example. Like that customer in particular, for his home, he didn't want to see it in the front. So you see that solar system from the front of the house, from the left side of the house, and from the right side of the house. Nobody has a single clue that he has solar. There's no equipment outside. We hid everything in the basement. We hid all the pipes. We hid all the wires. And I mean, that's the difference really with us compared to the national companies is we will hide all the wiring. We will hide all the equipment. We will, anybody can buy solar panels and anybody can install solar panels, but we will do it to the highest quality humanly possible. It'll last 30 plus years. So
yeah, so tell people, so made in America and you get 25-year warranty.
Yeah, so we work with a few different companies for panels, but we buy some panels from Texas, some from New York, some from Georgia. So it's pretty cool. We source all of our panels from the United States. We want to make sure they're being the highest quality panels, and also they're being manufactured in like a sustainable way. So we do source all of our panels from the United States. So I don't have the data. I don't think I can legally say we're the only company who does that, but I'll just say this. I've never seen anybody else who does it. And I've seen a lot of companies. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people go with the really cheap stuff and doesn't last as long. So yeah, and then why would you guys can offer lease or sale, right? So I guess tell people the difference between the two.
Yeah, so we have everything, both ends of the spectrum. From somebody who wants to do a rental or a lease agreement to somebody who wants to do a loan to buy a system to somebody who wants to write a check. We have everything for every person. You do not need money up front to buy a solar system. We are as easy to switch to as it was to sign up for the initial utility company. So when you sign up with your electric company, you didn't have to give them a deposit. You didn't have to write money down up front. We are the same way. Now, if you are somebody who just wants to write a check, sure, you can. But honestly, interest rates right now are so low on loans. I mean, they're really, really, really low. I don't want to say exact numbers because it does depend on credit score and stuff, but they're historically low interest rates, and they're no money down. So we have something for somebody who wants to rent, lease, write a check, take a loan, prepay, anything. And we show everybody all the options too. Like we don't pick for you. We're going to show you all those options so that you can decide what you think is best for you and your family.
Yeah, and I'm just one customer, so I want people to see what really matters is, of course, what customers say. So I tell people, I put the link in on the screen there. If you go to IsaksenSolar.com, you can see at the top right reviews, and you guys are still, as far as I know, all 5-star, right?
Yeah, we're still all 5-star. I always say that cautiously because one day you can't please everybody. Something will eventually happen. But we've been in business for over 4 years, and we have never gotten anything but a 5-star review. So if you want to go with a company that is going to take care of you, I'm personally an owner. We're never going to say we can't do that because corporate said we can't. If you're just looking for no excuses, easy to deal with, high quality work. These reviews come from places like Google, Home Advisor, the Better Business Bureau. Our website just curates them and puts them there so you to see in one place. But yeah, we take a lot of pride in that. And again, we like that we're local. We're not trying to be, in all 50 states. We're cool with being in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and just servicing the people from here.
Yeah. So how long have you been in business now?
It's been 4 years.
So that's 4 years with all 5 stars.
Yeah.
And you can see, people can see if you scroll down, he did my house in October. So here's my review here. So you can see how many. So you go check for yourself, folks. If you're really interested in solar at all, and you can go on here and you can get a quote. You can call them. All the information's here. You can read about them. If you got questions about, what home solar is, that kind of stuff, the website's really good. But just go on there, hit get a quote. And as the phone number, just fill it out, and Ryan will contact you. So it's that simple. Yeah, so I guess we'll close out with this. The infrastructure bill is kind of something that is not quite done yet, but is that going to be good for solar?
We think so. I'm not an expert, and I really just kind of stay in my bubble and focus on work. But the truth is is that even without incentives, even if the government didn't give you a nickel back, I can already build you solar cheaper than what it costs for you to pay the electric company. All the federal tax credits you get back, the state tax credits, the utility incentives, it's
gravy.
A gravy on top. It's already cheaper than what you're paying now. So like you said, in your case, you got $8,000. Sometimes people get $15,000. Just money back to you. And so the infrastructure plan, we do think that overall it's going to be good for solar. But whether it passes or not, we are not going anywhere. It's already cheaper than the electric company. So
yeah, and I tell people all the time. So when I first got the quote, Ryan, basically after they look at your electric bill, they kind of build the system for you. I added onto it. He didn't upsell me. I actually added, and that's why you see my green through the roof. I'll pull it up again. I wanted to invest and get this back because I'm getting more money every month by doing this. So
yeah,
that's my choice. But I'm telling you, he'll build you the system that's kind of minimum for your house. And if you want to upsell yourself, go ahead and do it.
Yeah. And I mean, as I'm growing up, getting older, I'm realizing like life lessons. And one of the life lessons I've really learned, unfortunately, is if you're going to do something, just do it the right way. And the truth is, Mike, is what you did was right, because over time, more and more things are going to become electric, and you're going to be really happy that you have all of that extra electricity. Now, labor is only going to be more money in the future. While the rebates are here, while the incentives are here, you might as well build a system that's a little bit oversized. And the cool thing is, if you don't use it, all the extra credits just build up anyway. So you're never going to regret having a negative, $4,000 electric bill.
Yeah, and the one reason I thought of upgrading is, me and my wife don't have kids. But if I decide to sell my house one day, I have this system that can take on a full family. So if someone wants to move in, this is extra benefit, get a little bit more premium in your house, down the road. So everyone has their own choice, but I recommend go to the website. You can see isaksensolar.com. Get in touch with Ryan, have him just do a quote over the phone. He'll tell you yes or no right away. If it's a yes, the process is simple. It takes about what? I think it was about a month or two to get the approval and get started, right? Is that kind of...
It's slow. Yeah, it's slow. It's probably 2 months being realistic for all the approvals. Your installation's only 2 days. It's the slow part is
the electric company not wanting to lose you.
The electric company does not a lot. It's funny because sometimes people get frustrated with how long it takes, and it's like, well, that's their game, is to slow you down, and then you get frustrated. You think it's us, but it's not us. It's them. So
yeah, so call today, because if you want to take advantage, you still have 4 months of peak, 3 or 4 months of peak solar coming in. I'm just starting now.
Yeah.
So get in touch now, especially you guys booked out pretty long. So
we are.
It talks a lot about you. It talks a lot about your customer service and, well known in the community. But
and that's the biggest thing I'd say to anybody who's considering getting solar. I am a man of common sense. We do not do a lot of advertising. I'd say less than 0.5% of what our revenue is goes to advertising. It's almost nothing. Close to 100% a year. That means that our customers are beyond happy. It's mathematically impossible for this to be occurring without customers who are incredibly happy.
Yeah, it's quiet today, but usually we get about 4 or 5 customers in here talking about how good of a job. So
yeah.
All right. Well, again, hit up Ryan, because if you really want to get rid of the electric bill like I did, and you want to save money, and then it's great end of the tax year, you get to write a lot of that off. Give Ryan a call. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for joining us, Ryan. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a great